And after the brief pause, welcome back to the NFL on EA Sports. Still early in this one as we pick up the action here in the first quarter. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Right to the air with Smith. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. So a solid gain there, Brock. It's still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Smith in the pistol. Forced out to his right. Pressure's there, and the Chargers got him. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. It's the exact opposite. The field runs the Atlanta offense. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Got to find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's got to push this one up to the 20 before they send him out. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Smith back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Falcons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback, as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
And the Falcons, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they're full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Catch is made by the rookie from WVU. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
From the gun, Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's Smith. And he put everything he's got behind it. Oh, he put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. He's going to try another deep one here. That one complete to Pitts. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Falcons, first down. First down and goal to go.
Homer does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. And it's not just in quarterbacks, Brock, you already got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Falcons get the game's first points here in the second. Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Shotgun snap to Smith. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. Space on the right. He's got room. All the way. That's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end, and I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed.
The Falcons ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. They're up by 7. Let's see if they choose to rest on that and just go into the locker room. Smith on first down. Lindsay on a slant. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
48-yard line.
So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away. Not a big... So the Chargers take this one on the road. And they'll enter the final week of the preseason with a little momentum thanks to this victory. Ahead of that last tune-up before the games start to count.
first down throw for Smith. That's into the hands of Homer. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Smith now to throw on first down. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Leads to second and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Smith. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Smith. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, Smith. A ball deep for the end zone. And he's in. Drake London. Touchdown Falcons. His second touchdown of this first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Raheem Morris there, Falcons head coach. His team ready for their next possession. And Greg, after this one, it counts for real. Final preseason game. So what's the feeling like around the team in the locker room when you get to this point, the end of the preseason?
I think the biggest emotion is probably relief. I think especially for some of the older guys, Mike, it's did you get through healthy? Is your body right? And are you mentally ready for what's going to be a very long, turbulent, up and down? There's going to be a lot of good moments. There's going to be some bad moments. Are you physically and mentally ready for what an NFL season is going to be like? And I think that's what every guy in that locker room is asking themselves, taking inventory of their own checklist. So get through training camp, get through the dog days of camp, and get into a routine, get into the regular season practice schedule, and inevitably, nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down. They go play action with Smith. That's caught left side by Pitts. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come. Fourth down's looming. The Falcons offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. That's complete to the rookie's second-round pick. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Smith to throw on first down. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
So it's a win here for the Falcons. They finish the preseason on an up note. Now they'll have a couple weeks to get ready for the season opener coming in September.
Athletes grow up seeing their favorite players in commercials and ads. That makes it an exciting opportunity when they're asked if they'd like to become the face of a company as well.
Western and Atlantic Railroad. That's where Atlanta was born. And there a train horn still remains in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it signals whenever it's time for football in the town once called Terminus. Today, there's an NFC fighting storm between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. Along the Packers sideline, there's a look at their head coach, Matt LaFleur. These guys just about set to go in this one. Across the field, that's head coach of the Falcons, Raheem Morris. These guys more than motivated for this contest, ready. Smith start with a throw here. Pass is hauled in by the running back. He's going to get a few here, brought down at the 33-yard line. Second down now, they need 7.
Second and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Here's the handoff. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19.
Another carry for him. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Smith to the air now. That's him on the quick hitter. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on 1st down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Ball right up against that marker, but not there yet. It's 2nd and inches. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Smith on 1st down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
Cooper on the stop. A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
3rd and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that brings up 4th and long. Falcons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. On first down, here's Smith. Buys time, rolling right. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. Going deep here for the end zone. And the coverage holds up. Nicely done. They were tested. They knock it away in the end zone. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled after a big gain, but he's not going to get to keep the yards or the first down that he picked up either. We got a flag down in the neighborhood of holding. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. The 3rd and 10 was already tough, Brock, but the challenge doubles here. 3rd and 20 now after the holding call. He's going deep this time. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. The Falcons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
You know, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Short pass brought in. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Thrown back into the handoff. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
15-yard line.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Hits his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line.
From the gun, Smith. Completed over the middle. And they're on him quickly there after that catch. So the gain's going to be into the 34-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Falcon first down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. And no look there, that throw falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Walker on the coverage.
They'll run it from the gun. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Throw here, 3rd down. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Edgerrin Cooper on the stop. A gain of 9. It's 4th down.
The Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They've got an early 3-0 lead as they take over here. Smith on first down. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. I'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion.
Cooper on the coverage.
Back to the air, it's Smith. Finds him over the middle. And just before he reaches the marker, he's hit and stopped. They got him at the 29. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll be set up with third and only one. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Gets this one to London. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Give him 24 on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
From a great throw to a nice route to catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Give now to the running back. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Shotgun snap to Smith. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And he's got it. Has a layup for a quick touchdown. The Falcons make it a 9-point advantage. Drake London with the touchdown. Wow, just perfect execution there, Brock. Nailing the fade for 6.
Yeah, when it comes to the fade route, it really is all about timing. And as you said, the execution of it. You have to have the matchup first, but then you need to go connect. What a great play.
The Falcons ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. They threw it the whole way down the field on their last drive, and they'd welcome the same level of play on this series as well. First down, Smith to throw. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. That's good for a couple of yards. And that's a Falcon first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Gain 15 there. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Smith setting the throw. He'll get this one to Brown. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. 2nd and 3 now.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 49-yard line.
Smith on the move, headed right. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Smith yet again. Tweeted to his running back. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. That's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. And again, it's Smith. Looking right, and he finds it. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First down now, ball at the 33. Smith's going to throw again. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. He's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that's a Falcon first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 11.
In the red zone now. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Quay Walker on the coverage.
Again, it's Smith to the air. He brings it in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Setting him on the dive. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th down.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
The former soccer star, Brandon Aubrey, on now to attempt the field goal. It's just 21 yards down the pipe.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel.
The Falcons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Smith on first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. After the incompletion, 2nd and 10, still from the 30.
10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Smith. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And from this spot, Brock, you got to think they'll consider just taking a knee and taking it into the locker room. Hand off to the back. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. So a field goal game at the half. Good one so far. 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team.
Falcons ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here.
Ready up.
Now run here from the gun. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. They break the huddle. It's second down now. Smith back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. So they make the stop, but they do it with some illegal aid. The referees say there was interference that time.
This is why it is so hard to stop these offenses. It's hard enough to cover, right, obviously, without being penalized, but then you get a little bump, you get a little push, and now you get a third down conversion via penalty.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week one, as their medical staff heads out to check on him. Now Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
And 3 yards to go.
Cougar 19.
Working now from the gun. Nice calls. He's got Brown. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
And the Falcons, first down.
From the gun, Smith. And cut in the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons grab the lead on their first series of the half. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
The Falcons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I'd expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes. I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two, it could have gone the other way.
Second and 10. Again, it's Smith. Ooh, puts him air under this one, right side. Brought in inside the 20. And he is down all the way to that 15-yard line.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Now give left side. That run good for a handful as it brings up second down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. They find 7 yards, and now they've got first and goal. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him. But
he gets in, touchdown! The Falcons now lead by 10. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much. The Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Smith on first down. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40.
First down. First and 10 at the 41.
On first down, here's Smith. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10. Back to the air, it's Smith. Chased out to trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Loss of 14 brings up third down.
Here he goes, third and long. He put everything he had into this one. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
The Falcons ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And the first half scoring has continued so far in this second half as they try to keep the pace. First down, Smith to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Andrew Cooper takes it away. And the Packers are going to have it after his second interception of the season. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. The Packers with it. They have the lead late. The Falcons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now.
Ready.
Running this one left. And he's finally forced out of bounds as he gets him up past the 15. He'll come up on first and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. He dodged the tackle. Tackle made right around the 26. They get an even 10 on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
The 26-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Smith. Hits his running back. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out. Well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 32 after the incompletion. run. Here's Smith. Completed over the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
All set now. First and 10. Working inside the red zone. And this is going to fall incomplete in the end zone. Wanted it all right there. And we've got to regroup for second down.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Brought in. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a fourth-quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important... Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on it. Connects on the crosser. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. We've set it down from 37.
And the Falcons, first down.
They hand this one off. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Smith in the pistol. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. All set to go now from the 35.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Packer. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. Fall forward, and I think you've got this first down, Brock. It's second and inches. Smith to the air now. Throw left side, complete. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that's a Falcon first down. Going ground here. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's second and 12.
Second and 12 at the Packers' 15-yard line.
Smith. Oh, he's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons make it a 9-point advantage. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but the Falcons ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Need a better result than that last run. It's second and 8.
It's second and 8.
Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. So the defense gave him the clock a little bit. So they call a timeout just before our 2-minute warning. 2:04 to go. All right, this is going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on third, Smith. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock, but it does force a 4th down. Falcons defend their building and take the win at home. Well, partner, long season ahead, but undoubtedly a good start here today, getting a win in week 1.
Yeah, a bad start now on the other side can snowball on you. 1 loss into 2 into 3 and so on. But you get that early win, it gets you playing at a midseason level in the early goings of the season and lead to a really good start that has you talking playoff hopes in the front half of the schedule.